Friday, everybody. October 11th, 2013. Happy Friday. I say it every Friday, but if you are a weekend warrior, if you're longing for the weekend because you hate your job, then you should seriously consider the longevity business opportunity. It is a business. As we spoke about yesterday, it's not easy money. It's not a Ponzi scheme. It's not a pyramid scheme. It is a micro business of sorts with very, very low startup costs. And if you treat it like a business, if you become a student of network marketing, if you learn how to enroll people into our method, if you learn to show how to show people what we're up to, if you become a student of the business, it is very, very, very rewarding. There are no other business opportunities currently available on the planet, unless you're the brother-in-law of the Sheikh of Arabique, that offer such potentially high dividends with residual income, just like authors, just like recording artists. They make a recording once and they collect money on it every time it's played. Well, when you bring somebody into the longevity family, once you get paid every single time they order supplements. And most people, when they're involved with longevity, they're involved with longevity for life, because the quality of the longevity nutritional supplements surpasses anything that you can get anywhere else. So you come into longevity, you take the longevity products, your blood pressure improves, your arthritis improves, your weight improves, your fibromyalgia improves, your sleep improves, your heartburn improves, your menstrual cramps improve, because the nutritional supplements support and promote your body's ability to fix themselves. And then you get a little cocky. 3-4 months into the program, you start thinking to yourself, son of a gun, I can get a calcium supplement, a GNC, for a third of the price of what I'm getting at longevity, so I'm going to switch. So you switch, and you try to save $20, $30, $40, $50 a month. You get a different product somewhere else, and the results go away. So what do? You come running back to longevity. This happens all of the time, which is why longevity is such a fantastic business opportunity, because the vast majority of people who give longevity a try are with longevity for life. They don't go away, because when they try to go away and price shop and get a similar supplement somewhere else, well, there's no similar supplements anywhere else, and the results fail when you stop taking longevity. So most of the time, you have a customer for life. You have a customer for life, and that beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. I'll never forget one of my first blush experiences with longevity. I was driving to an event, to a lecture that I was giving somewhere in Idaho or Nevada, I can't remember, and it was with Blake Graham. Blake Graham is one of the oldest distributors with longevity. He's been with longevity since the get-go. And I asked Blake, and he's one of the multi-million-dollar earners in the company, and I asked Blake, I said, Blake, how much money did you make in your first year of network marketing? And, he paused and he furrowed his eyebrows and he thought about it for a while, and I thought he was going to give me, like a dollars and cents amount, $152,000.75, something like that. But he looked at me and he said, I have no idea, because I'm still making money on the people that I brought into the business my first year in my business. My head exploded. That was 17 years later. Now, look, this is not some, pipe dream. This is not some easy money. This is not some get-rich-quick sensation. It's a business opportunity, and because it's a business, it has its ups and downs. It has its rules and regulations. There are things that you can do to make the business fly, and there are things that you can do to make the business crash. If you feel so inclined to become an entrepreneur, if the notion of owning your own business, being your own boss, writing your own paycheck, writing your own weekly schedule. If these things appeal to you, and if you have the ability to learn and be coached, if you are coachable, if you are teachable, then the bright blue skies are ahead for you. Nothing but blue skies ahead for you. Because once you apply yourself to the business strategy of network marketing delivered by Youngevity, the potential is limited only by your wherewithal. You are the limiting factor in how your business succeeds or fails. Now look, there are over 200 multi-million-dollar earners in the company. What one man can do, what one woman can do, another man or woman can do. This is not rocket science. As a matter of fact, this is a very, very easy business to become involved with. There's no startup cost, hardly any startup cost. I mean, when you compare what you have to put on the table to become a Youngevity member, $500, to really grab the bull by the horns and take advantage of all of the ways that Youngevity can pay you, $500 one-time enrollment fee. Compare that to what it takes to own a McDonald's franchise. What's that, $500,000 now? So which is better, 500 or $500,000? Well, Johnny, I'll take 500. Thank you very much. 500 is much better than $500,000. And if you work at a McDonald's franchise, if you own a McDonald's franchise, you have to put in your hours every week, right? Sometimes it's way more than 40 hours a week when you're the manager. Well, if you want to work 40 hours a week doing a Youngevity business, you will succeed in record time. I'm looking for somebody that wants to work part-time at this business. What I have now are people working sometime. I need to find someone to work part-time. For goodness sake, if I can find one person to work full-time, I'm going to be a millionaire. Because the more successful you are, the more successful I am. So my job as a Youngevity business builder is to make people in my organization more successful than me, which is exactly the opposite of corporate America. It's your boss's job, if you have a job, to pay you less than they pay themselves. Who makes more, the CEO of the company or the employee of the company? The CEO makes more. The employee doesn't make more. Well, it's the opposite in a network marketing business. The more successful you are, the more money you make, the more money I make. So my job is to make you as successful as is humanly possible. This is contrary to what we have been trained and what we have been taught by conventional education, right? Conventional wisdom says go to school, get your high school diploma, then go to college, get a college degree, then get a graduate degree or a PhD, and then once you've done, 8 or 12 years of higher education, then you can enter into the job field, and by that time you're $200,000 in debt, and you're going to start out at, $25 an hour if you're lucky? Do the math. How long is it going to take for you to realize profits and for you actually to be able to start saving money and have a quality of life which is, halfway decent? It's going to take a long time. Well, the only variable in Youngevity the only problem with home-based business is that you have to be disciplined. You are the boss. There's nobody going to yell at you if you show up to work late. There's nobody going to slap your hand if you don't get your daily tasks done on time. It takes a tremendous amount of self-discipline to be self-employed. But if that sounds good to you, to be your own boss, to make your own hours, to determine your own fate and your own future, to be as successful as you choose to be, then Youngevity is exactly what you have been waiting for. Please visit my website, fireyourmdnow.com, fireyourmdnow.com, and click on the Join Youngevity with Team Glidden button. It's right there on the menu bar on the front page. Join Youngevity with Team Glidden. Click on that, follow the bouncing mouse, and someone from my Youngevity team will be in touch with you. We'll get in touch with you. We'll hold your hand. We'll show you what to do every step of the way, and we will help you to be the best that you want to be. Look, it's your life. You want to do this sometime? Well, you know, it's your life. We're okay with that. You want to do it part-time? That's better. Still your life, and we're okay with that, and we'll support you with that. You want to do this full-time? Fantastic. I've been looking for you for 5 years. We will support you in that. Whatever floats your boat floats our boat. I'm not here to tell you which direction to sail your boat. I'm just here to tell you how to set the sails to make it as smooth a ride as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, the financial opportunity delivered by network marketing eclipses the financial opportunity offered by any other form of employment as far as being self-employed goes. Unless, of course, your father owns McDonald's, or your uncle owns Hilton Hotels, or your brother-in-law is the Sheikh of Arabic and you have an in. You have an in with someone, God bless you, go for it. But if you don't, if you're struggling, if owning your own business, being the captain or the empress of your own destiny sounds appealing, then we are here for you. And I got to tell you something. There's nothing but blue skies here. All you need to do is apply yourself diligently, get a little discipline going on, and 12 months from now, you will not recognize your bank account. You will not. Yeah, Benjamin Franklin said there are few things in the world as remarkable as compound interest. Well, guess what? The residual income delivered by longevity through a network business strategy rivals that of compound interest. Please visit the website, fireyourmdnow.com. That's fireyourmdnow.com, and click on the Join Longevity button with Team Glidden, and let my team teach you how to live long and prosper. The number to call to speak to me live today, 866-582-9933. That's 866-582-9933. We're going to talk to Pam in Michigan when we come back. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, and this is Fire Your MD Now. October 11th, 2013, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday to you and to yours. Let's go to Michigan, why don't we, and talk to Pam. Hey, Pam, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks for calling. What's up?
Good. Okay, well, I have a question about my brother-in-law who has cancer of the tonsils, and they removed the tonsils, and they did the radiation and chemo for, you know, the duration, the 7 weeks and everything. And so now he went in to get tested, and they want to remove his thyroid, or part of it, because that is now enlarged. It says it's inconclusive, but now they biopsied it, and they said they'd like to take some of it out. He does have also skin cancer. He had removed off his head and face. That was squamous cancer on the tonsil, and I'm not sure about the skin cancer on his face and that.
So what's the concern, Pam?
Well, I want to know what we can give him. He is already on the Healthy Start Pack, and he's taking extra selenium, and what else? What else does he need to help improve the situation? So maybe in December, when they want to take out that part of the thyroid, that maybe it can be better.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, there's a number of things to talk about here, right? Number one, had this been a perfect world, he would have refused the chemo and the radiation, because the chemo and radiation have been proven to not work. Chemo and radiation, at best, offer only a stopgap towards the dissemination of the cancer. It's an incomplete, fallible therapy. It has more side effects than it has benefits, and it fails. It doesn't work. Chemotherapy does not work. So we have to question the integrity, the moral integrity of the physicians which prescribed the chemotherapy, because it's been published and proven that chemotherapy is ineffective for these conditions. It doesn't work, as does radiation. You know, you don't have you don't have cancer because you have a lack of chemo, right? You don't have cancer because you have a lack of radiation.
Absolutely.
And those therapeutics do not get to the root cause of the illness. They just kill cells. That's all that they do. They kill things. They kill, and then you stop killing, and you hope that you've killed all the cancer cells. We have no idea what caused the cancer cells to be there in the first place. You don't adjust the terrain of the body at all, so that, 6 months later, a year later, 2 years later, the cancer comes back because you did not get to the root cause of it. It's more or less like painting over the mold in the basement. Now, the MDs know that it doesn't work, but they've got the radiation machine. They have to pay for it. They've got the hospital. They have to pay for it. They've got mortgages. They have to pay for it. And chemotherapy and radiation are big-ticket items, so they dole them out all of the time. So given the fact that they enrolled, is this your husband or your brother? Who is this?
It's my brother-in-law.
Okay, so given the fact that these medical doctors enrolled your brother-in-law in this therapy, makes me suspect their motives. So I would get a different doctor. I would counsel your brother-in-law to go to a different hospital, find a different doctor, get a second opinion, get a third opinion as to what's really going on with the thyroid, because these people are using his body like an ATM machine, and I would switch doctors immediately. I would switch doctors immediately, number one. Number two, we can't treat cancer. That's illegal. The only people in the world that can treat cancer are the people that suck at treating cancer, the MDs. We've spent nearly $1 trillion on cancer research, and we're not any closer to curing cancer now than we were 30 years ago. All that the MDs have is dangerous, expensive, harmful treatments which are ineffective. And they have the hubris to roll them out without any type of remorse at all. It's remarkable to me how these people sleep at night. They've really drunk their own Kool-Aid. And this is, I think, the biggest problem that we have in medicine right now. There's no oversight. MD-directed medicine is an out-of-control, monopolistic train controlled exclusively by the pharmaceutical industry. Doctors stopped being doctors a long time ago. They're basically now just shills for the pharmaceutical industry, rolling out dangerous, expensive, and ineffective treatments. Now, what we would recommend to support and promote the structure and function of the human body, only has anecdotal evidence behind it. If this was a perfect world, there would be naturopathic cancer treatments all around the world. In the United States, there would be a naturopathic cancer treatment in every city. But there aren't. So all that we have from the licensed, regulated naturopathic field are anecdotal therapeutics about what we have seen be effective for certain types of conditions historically in the field. We don't have any double-blinded $60 million research that we can roll out. And, this becomes problematic, right?
I did send him the Clemson report.
Yeah, the Clemson report's good. So there are things that we can do, which would be prudent to do to support and promote his body. Welcome back, everybody. Friday, October 11th, 2013. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, your steadfast advocate for health, encouraging you to visit fireyourmdnow.com. Become a Dr. Glidden insider. Become a Dr. Glidden subscriber. Subscribe to my online health recovery subscription service, where you will have immediate access to over 100 hours of archived health webinars and live webinars every week. We're doing an extra webinar tonight, 8 o'clock Central Time, an extra webinar tonight. Live chat with Dr. Glidden for Dr. Glidden insiders and their guests exclusively. 8 p.m. Central Time tonight. Check it out. We're talking to Pam about her brother-in-law who has cancer of the throat, son of a gun, and now she wants to know what she can do to support and promote and optimize the function of his body. Well, Pam, if it were me, what I would do in order to give my body a leg up here is I would do the anti-aging healthy start pack and selenium, appropriate for body weight. I do the anti-aging healthy start pack and selenium, appropriate for body weight, and as much Z-Radical as I could afford, and 4 boxes of Triple Treat chocolate a month. That's what I would do. And, of course, eliminate the 10 bad foods. Right. And you could put salt in the diet, and don't be afraid of cholesterol and things like that.
Is that Triple Treat chocolate, is that got the probiotic in it, or is it sugar-free, or what?
Yeah, it's sugar-free. Well, I don't know if it's, off the top of my head, is it sugar-free? I can't remember. It was developed originally for diabetics.
Right.
So I'm assuming it has a very low or zero glycemic index. But the secret sauce with the chocolate, that particular type of chocolate, is the antioxidant points.
Okay.
It's got like 17,000 antioxidant points per one piece. And remember, one of the goals or one of the secrets to longevity is consuming antioxidants in abundance of 20,000 ORAC points a day, right? 20,000 ORAC points a day. Now, one of the things that causes cancer is oxidative damage to the DNA of cells. That's an interesting thing to talk about, because when the DNA of, a skin cell or a liver cell or a breast cell becomes damaged by free radicals, by oxidative stress, one of the things that happens is the cell, because of the damage to the DNA, cannot stop making copies of itself. So it just regenerates and regenerates and regenerates and regenerates and regenerates, and that's what forms a tumor, right? The cell can't stop making copies of itself. It's like a runaway train. So taking antioxidants into the body is a smart strategy, a smart anti-cancer, cancer prevention strategy, right? Mm-hmm. This is why we were able to sue the Food and Drug Administration for the certified health claim, a qualified health claim about selenium, saying that selenium supplementation reduces breast cancer by 82%, reduces prostate cancer, lung cancer, and colon cancer as well by remarkable degrees. How is this possible? Well, selenium, among other things, recycles the body's own natural antioxidant glutathione. So the more selenium you have in your body, ostensibly, the stronger your body's own natural antioxidant ability is. And this is a very smart thing to do to help ward off and not get cancer in the first place, right? So selenium, appropriate for body weight. The anti-aging healthy start pack, because the Cell Shield RTQ in the anti-aging healthy start pack has 8,000 ORAC points per piece, then 17,000 ORAC points per one piece of chocolate. And if he does 4 boxes a month, he's going to be doing 2 or 3 pieces of chocolate a day. And then the Z radical into the bargain, or the fucoid Z. You could do either. Right. In abundance. I mean, in super abundance. Also, because it's a thyroid condition, we want to visit a chiropractor and make sure that his neck is on his body correctly. Because if the neck isn't anatomically correct, there's a little curve in the neck, and someone who's healthy, there's a little curve in the whole spine, right? It starts in the neck and ends in the butt. And if you look at somebody from the side, it looks like the letter S. Well, the curve starts in the neck, and the nerves that go to the thyroid, the nerves that go to the thyroid come out of the neck. And so if the curve in the neck is not correct, it's possible that the nerves going to the thyroid can be funky. And if the nerves going to the thyroid are funky, the thyroid's going to be funky. If the thyroid is funky, then that would make sense that it would increase the chances of the thyroid being funky, with inflammation and possibly cancer. So whenever the thyroid is involved, quite frankly, whenever any organ system is involved, we want to make sure that the spine is optimized anatomically. And a good chiropractor, honest to God, is worth their weight in gold. So I would have this checked out chiropractically. Eliminate the 10 bad foods. Get on board with those nutritional supplements. And are you aware, does your brother-in-law have any other symptoms that he's bothered by on a daily basis, like heartburn or restless legs or high blood pressure or insomnia or anxiety and panic attacks or anything else? I mean, is there anything else that bothers him, or don't you know?
I don't know. I think maybe there was some statins at one time he may have been taking, but I think he has stopped that.
Yeah. Well, so the reason that I mention it, right, is because whenever we get on board with a holistic medical program, which this is, it's holistic. And, we might be targeting the thyroid, or we might be targeting the left elbow, or we might be targeting the right kidney, or whatever. But, it's a comprehensive, holistic deal. And what that means is, one of the things that it's fun and necessary to pay attention to moving down the track once someone starts this program is to simply look to see how they feel, right? What happens? How's your mood? How's your energy? How's your sleep? How's your appetite? How's your bowel movements?
I have a testimony about that.
All right, I'm sitting down. Give it to me.
Okay, I don't know. You probably remember Dave and Pam from Michigan. I had a big list on February 15th, and I gave it to you, and you told me, what to take, and I took it. And, now it's October. I've lost 90 pounds.
Come on.
Yeah, and I'm not on antidepressants anymore. I'm not on Prilosec. I don't have migraines, thyroid meds, no more hormones, hot flashes, no pain in my joints, no heart palpitations. The age spots are gone. My gray hair is turning brown again. My third stage kidney disease is gone.
Come on. Tell it, girl. Yeah. Tell it like it is. Come on. And, testify, girl. Testify.
I'm telling you, I was in a size 3X shirt. I'm wearing medium shirts, and women's pants were tight 16s. Now I'm in a junior, those cute little junior pants, size 5.
Wow. Wow. How does your husband feel?
Oh, my God. Well, and you fixed my husband up. He's the one that fell down the stairs.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And they said he was going to take his foot off, and they put a couple screws in and said, the only way you can fix this is with nutrition. So we called you, and he's walking. He's still got his foot.
All right, so let me get this straight. So we saved your husband from having his foot cut off, number one. Your hair is now going from gray to brown. The color's coming back. The liver spots that you had on your skin are gone.
Yeah.
The heartburn that you had is gone.
Yeah.
The high blood pressure that you had is gone.
I had low blood pressure.
The low blood pressure, is gone.
Yeah.
The third stage kidney disease is gone. Were you on a dialysis waiting list, or what was the deal?
No, they did not want to do anything about it. They just, and I said, what can I do? And they says, well, just stay away from coffee. And, that's about basically all they said. Yeah. They were waiting for me to be on that list. So.
Yeah, now that's an interesting thing to talk about. I can't tell you how many patients I've had who've had exactly the same experience, right? I mean, I had one guy years and years ago when I was in Massachusetts. He was diagnosed with the very beginning stages of leukemia, right? And he said to the doctor, well, what do we do? What can we do to help? And the doctor said, well, your leukemia isn't bad enough to treat. We just have to wait until it gets worse, and then we'll give you chemotherapy. And my head exploded.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with you. Well, geez, I've got third-stage kidney disease, Doc. I mean, I don't know what's happened to stage 1 or 2, but now I'm in stage 3, and I'm pretty sure stage 4 is going to happen. What do I do to get over this? There's nothing you can do. Wait until you get stage 4, and then we'll hook you up to dialysis, right?
Right. Just keep passing those kidney stones. Don't take any calcium.
Unbelievable. And into the bargain, you lost 90 pounds. Oh.
I lost 90. My husband lost 99.
My God.
And 50 of that was when he was in the wheelchair recovering. So he followed that 10 bad food list that you have on your website, watched some webinars, and yeah.
Wow,
our life has changed.
Yeah, Pam, you just made my week. I mean, this is really great. Now, just be advised, okay, stay tuned. Because one of the things that I'm working on, I'm going to develop a website that's legal, that the FDA is not going to have a hard time with. Well, they might have a hard time with it, but they won't be able to do anything about it because it's going to be all inside of legal parameters. I'm putting together a website where people can go to give their testimonials because the world needs to hear this stuff, and right now, we can't give testimonials that are linked to vitamins. You can't do it. They closed down Activia. Remember Activia years ago? Jamie Lee Curtis? They were making these claims that Activia could, help with constipation or whatever, and they were fined tens of millions of dollars by the FDA. They were practically bankrupted. They bounced back. But the Food and Drug Administration does not want people to know what medical nutrition can do, so they make it illegal for people to tell people what medical nutrition can do. And if that doesn't make you stark raving crazy mad, I don't know what will. So you lean on me we're going to dial this in for you and everybody else in Longevity Nation. That is a remarkable story, Pam. I mean, times two.
Thank you so much.
How old are you?
I'm 52, but I am. Everyone tells me I look way like 20 years younger. So, my skin, they're like, your skin looks so good. You're so good. I'm like, I'm just, following the diet and, taking what I need to rebuild what I've been, damaging my whole life since they took out my appendix when I was 10 years old. They never told me to take digestive enzymes.
Yeah, holy smokes. Isn't that crazy? I mean, it's a ship of fools, really. It is a ship of fools. It's an outdated, old-fashioned, archaic, dangerous, ineffective, and expensive medical paradigm. It's a medical methodology that really we should have thrown out in the 1800s. But because of the pharmaceutical power, because of the corruption that comes along with the monopolization of any type of a market, most people in the free world are SOL because they do not know what they do not know. Can you imagine how did you meet us, by the way? Who turned you on to Longevity?
Doc Wallach. We got Dead Doctors Don't Lie.
So someone sent you in the mail a Dead Doctors Don't Lie CD?
Well, he was on Alex Jones, and so we listened to that, and so my husband's like, oh, my gosh, I remember Doc Wallach. We tried that years ago. We just tried a bottle of minerals. This is what it was. 1 bottle of minerals between 4 people. Yeah. We're like, did that help you? No, it didn't help. So we kind of dismissed it. You can't have 1 bottle with 4 people.
Yeah, well, that's true, right? Can you imagine what would have happened if you hadn't listened to Alex Jones that day? You wouldn't have known about us. You'd still be in exactly the same boat, which is why, Pam, this is a networked business, because there are hundreds of millions of people who need to know what you know. So get out there and spread the word. For goodness sakes, you are the last best hope your community has to live long, healthy, and wealthy lives. My heart goes out to you, Pam. You just made my week. Stick around, folks. We're going to Florida when we come back. Boom, boom, boom. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Friday, October 11th. Welcome aboard. Thanks for finding time in your busy life to hang out with Dr. Glidden, especially on a Friday. Let's boogie on down to Florida and see what's going on with Abby. Hey, Abby, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
My call again. I have a quick question. Might be a little complicated for my mother. She's been having a pain on the right side, similar to sciatica. But it doesn't really go down to the leg. It's kind of weird. It's deep inside the butt. And she remembered the other day she fell from the bed probably over a year ago. And she doesn't know if that pain is coming from there. We have been trying the calcium and all the nutrients we can, including the CM cream and the CM capsules, and everything. And it kept increasing. She finally decided to go to the doctor, and she got some injection. I have no idea what they injected on her, but she said that the injection didn't really make a big difference.
Well, I bet $1 million it was prednisone, because that's what the MDs throw at everything. It's the anti-inflammatories. Whenever they see any chronic pain condition, they just shoot the crap out of it with prednisone. Cortisone. Could have given her a cortisone shot. That's probably what they did. Maybe some oral prednisone. I don't know. But I would bet $1 million that that's what they did. So when did this start, Abby? Did it just start spontaneously this time, or did it start after she slipped, or what's the deal?
That's the thing. She doesn't remember. She, when she went to the doctor started asking questions. If she had, an accident, she had fallen down or something, and she didn't remember. She said, no, I haven't, because this pain she's been having the pain for about a year, almost a year now, and it keeps increasing to the point where She couldn't get up from bed. She couldn't sit down.
Okay, so here's what I would do first. All right, I would have her lie. Now, your mother lives near you, or can you go over to her house and see her?
Yes.
Okay, so go over to your mom's house, have her lie down on her back on the floor, and stretch her legs out. And I want you to put your thumbs on each of her ankle bones on the inside of her foot. You know, you've got an ankle bone on the outside of your foot and on the inside of your foot. Put your thumbs on the ankle bones on the inside of your foot, and then bring the feet together. Give the legs a little pull. Bring the feet together and see if one of the ankle bones is further up towards her hip than the other ankle bone. Both ankle bones should be exactly parallel. If one of those... Yeah, like the chiropractors do, because I'm going to bet you that her sacroiliac joint, which is a joint that connects her back to her pelvis, on that side of her body is out of whack. I bet you that's what this is. That I think it's a structural thing, not a functional soft tissue thing that would resolve with calcium or magnesium or anti-inflammatories. I bet you that it's a structural thing. The MDs are clueless about this. They don't have a flippin' clue about it. And I'm going to bet you 25 cents that one of her legs is shorter than the other, that her pelvis is cockeyed and needs to be adjusted, give a good adjustment by a chiropractor. I'm going to bet you that's what it is. And the more of a discrepancy there is in the leg length, I mean, if it's just like a little bit, like an eighth of an inch or a quarter of an inch, that's not that big of a deal. But I've seen people, it's 2-3 inches different. And it's like, holy crap. You know, but we get used to stuff, right, as we go, and we just get used to it. And then if the leg lengths are incorrect and the pelvis is cockeyed, the more that she walks around on it, the worse it's going to get. So this would, in fact, get worse and worse and worse and worse every day. And no matter what you did, unless you readjusted it with a good chiropractor, it's going to continue to get worse. Excuse me. So that's the first thing that I would do. Check that out. Give me a call back on Monday with an update. We're up against the hard break. Keep up the good work down there in Florida, buddy. I appreciate everything that you do. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the end of the first hour. Stick around, why don't you? We're coming back, and I'm going to talk to you about the killing season and what that's all about. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, and this is Fire Your MD Now.